What is up, sports fans, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The sports world never sleeps, and neither do we. We're diving headfirst into the hottest, most talked about moments of the week, bringing you the inside scoop before anyone else. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of plays, players, and pivotal moments that are shaping the game. From epic comebacks to surprising statements, we've got it all covered. You're not going to want to miss a single second of this. We're kicking things off with a quarterback making a triumphant return and leaving no doubt about who's in charge. Aaron Rodgers is back, and he's got some scores to settle with his former team, the New York Jets. Next up, we're digging deeper into that game, because it wasn't just about the win for Aaron Rodgers. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of speculation about his working relationship with his new offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith. Well, Rodgers is setting the record straight, calling out the garbage narrative and making it clear that this partnership is already firing on all cylinders. And speaking of that showdown, the score itself tells a wild story. We're breaking down the thrilling 34-32 victory for the Steelers over the Jets. This game was a back-and-forth slugfest from start to finish, with lead changes galore and nail-biting moments that had everyone on the edge of their seats. You won't believe how this one was decided. Finally, we can't ignore the roar of the crowd and the reactions in the stadium. Aaron Rodgers might have been booed by the Jets faithful, but in the end, it was the Steelers' quarterback who had the last laugh. We've got the details on the reception he got and how he responded on the field. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell because you're about to get the unmissable updates you've been waiting for. Aaron Rodgers gets the last laugh. Aaron Rodgers made a triumphant return to MetLife Stadium, facing off against his former team, the New York Jets, and leading the Pittsburgh Steelers to a dramatic 32-31 victory. The game-winning drive culminated in a clutch 60-yard field goal by Chris Boswell. As Rodgers walked off the field, he couldn't resist a little taunt directed at the Jets fans, a moment captured and shared widely. Post-game, Rodgers expressed his satisfaction in beating everyone associated with the Jets, including head coach Aaron Glenn, who he felt didn't want him as his quarterback. Rodgers finished the game with an impressive 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, setting the stage for a strong start to the season. Don't go anywhere, because the story behind that win is even more compelling. Next, we're diving into the quarterback's own words about his new offensive coordinator. Garbage narrative, Rodgers fires back. Amidst the buzz of his move to the Pittsburgh Steelers, a narrative emerged suggesting Aaron Rodgers desired complete control of the offense. With their Week 1 performance against the New York Jets, a 34-32 win, Rodgers and offensive coordinator Arthur Smith aimed to silence those doubts. Rodgers himself addressed the speculation, telling CBS's Evan Washburn, "There's a lot of garbage being talked about myself or Arthur or whatever out there, how we're gonna coexist." He emphasized their strong relationship and Smith's excellent game calling, acknowledging he could improve in certain areas. The Steelers' offense put up an impressive 34 points, with Rodgers throwing 4 touchdown passes. The game showcased a blend of Rodgers running the offense as called and making adjustments at the line of scrimmage, a system he previously explained involved having multiple play options. The chemistry between Rodgers and Smith, despite never having worked together before, was evident, building on familiarity with the scheme from previous coaching stints. This strong start bodes well for their partnership throughout the season. But the drama didn't end with the quarterback's comments. We're breaking down the entire nail-biting game that saw the Steelers edge out the Jets. Rodgers leads Steelers to thrilling victory over Jets. Aaron Rodgers made a significant statement in his return to MetLife Stadium, guiding the Pittsburgh Steelers to a hard-fought 34-30 to win against the New York Jets. Completing 22 of 30 passes for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, Rodgers outdueled Justin Fields, who also had a strong debut for the Jets. The game was a historic first, featuring starting quarterbacks who had swapped teams in the offseason. Jets coach Aaron Glenn acknowledged the offensive positives, but stressed the need for discipline and ball security, citing turnovers and penalties as key issues. The back-and-forth contest saw lead changes, including 2 touchdowns from Rodgers in a span of 50 seconds and a game-winning 60-yard field goal from Chris Boswell. Rodgers expressed fondness for his former teammates, while Fields discussed the unpredictable nature of football. The Jets' offense showed flashes of brilliance, particularly in their run game and early scoring, but ultimately couldn't secure the win after a crucial fumble by Xavier Gipson and a missed two-point conversion. The Steelers' victory hinged on late-game heroics and Rodgers' veteran leadership. Even with the win, the reception for Rodgers was far from warm. Get ready for the boos and the final verdict on this epic showdown. Booed off the field, but victorious in the end, Aaron Rodgers returned to MetLife Stadium as a Pittsburgh Steeler, and the New York Jets fans made their displeasure known with loud boos. Despite the hostile reception and an early sack by Quinnen Williams, Rodgers showcased his MVP caliber, leading the Steelers on a crucial touchdown drive that he capped with a 22-yard pass to Ben Skowronek. He finished the game with 4 touchdowns, 244 yards on 22 of 30 passing, ultimately silencing the crowd and securing a 34-32 victory. Rodgers had previously expressed his disappointment with how his departure from the Jets was handled by coach Aaron Glenn. The game itself was a dramatic affair, with both teams exchanging blows, but Rodgers' late-game heroics, including a key pass that set up the game-winning field goal, proved decisive. While Jets fans booed, Rodgers had the ultimate satisfaction of walking off the field a winner. But the drama doesn't stop here. Stick around as we recap all the biggest moments and give you the full story. All right, that's a wrap on another action-packed episode of the Rodger Report. We saw Aaron Rodgers get his revenge on the Jets, shut down the haters with Arthur Smith, witnessed an absolute thriller of a game, and heard all about the stadium reception. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, subscribe for more unmissable sports news, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below telling us your biggest takeaway from today's stories, and make sure to follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes content and breaking news. We'll see you next time.